Sunday sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The middle they go. Church. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Looking to throw. Patel. Wilson's got it complete. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 15.
Now a handoff up the middle. Church. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
back to throw. Patel. And that one too wide and incomplete.
I'm going to see this offense try to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
So it'll remain to be seen how many drives this unit gets in, this being the preseason, but here they start with 3 points.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll actually see them anymore. They got 3 points on the board, 1 drive here in preseason. In this game, baseball caps, NFL approved, of course, for everyone.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Off play action. Jenkins firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jenkins. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Result is a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second down and 20.
Operating from the gun, Patel. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he's going to step up, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
10 at the 19-yard line.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. From the 20, here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Here's the option. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the gun on 3rd down, Jenkins. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
yeah, right now, you know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jenkins. He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Patel. Pressure comes and down he goes. Ryan Carruthers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Patel. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He juked him. Going to be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now a first carry here for the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Mooney. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Parker, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception. Now Carter throwing to start the drive.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. That's Samuel caught left side. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. 3rd down and 13. Okay, so they'll march backwards on the penalty there.
I don't know about you, partner. I thought that was maybe a little bit of a ticky-tack type of a call. Was that a clear block in the back when he got his man off balance? I thought that was a tough one.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Escaping a tackler at the 25. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Operating from the gun, Mooney. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reese. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st down, Reese. 2nd down and 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Operating from the gun, Mooney. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late.
Pass interference.
That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mooney. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw their partner is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you gotta like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 16 yards, a first down. Off the play fake. Carter. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Hands it off out of the game. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And he lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And they will begin in field goal range already as they search for a potential score. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Second and short now following the fumble. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Mooney. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick half.
Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Carter. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Carter from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Up the middle they go. It's Reese. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. but he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Mooney. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back to throw. Mooney. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 6 yards away. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Visitors 14.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Carter. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A 40-yard punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they've clawed their way back into this game. First half, they were down pretty big. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. How have they done it?
First thing is what you just talked about, clawing their way back in. That means they've decided to go ahead and fight this thing out, which is great. The second part is they looked at where the problems were in the first half, figured out how to shore them up, and have now gone to that part of the playbook that is actually working for them. A few adjustments, a few changes, and really good execution.
Now we'll see if that trend can continue. Call it a loss of 5. Big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Well, they bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll find T.O. It's Terrell Owens. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Carter. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3rd and 9 here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one caught. Owens with it. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Mooney. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And on now is the punter, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
I'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rees. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off play action. Mooney. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On second down, here's the option. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
A gain of 9 yards results in a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there, keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Yeah, this is pretty similar to the Wildcat plays that were bouncing around the league circa 2008 or so. The idea here, just snap it right to the guy you want to run with it. In theory, you're getting yourself an extra blocker. And here, that Wildcat runner is your quarterback. And he takes it into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that will make this a 4-point game.
17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Here's Carter throwing to start the drive. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1.
Operating from the gun. Carter. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2nd and 15. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Operating from the gun. Mooney. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Carter. He finds his man. Complete. It's Owens. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
3rd and 1.
It's a quarterback sneak. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. They'll try and run the option. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28.
Now a handoff running through the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second and 1. In trouble, and he's taken down. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. Operating from the gun, Mooney. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 1. 36 seconds remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
2nd and 5 at the 27.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A 5-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 10.
Back to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Holding offense.
Here we go. This is 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.